We are on Sheviit, Perek Tet, Mishnah Zayin. Mishnah Zayin is actually a continuation of Mishnah Vav. In Mishnah Vav, we saw Rabbi Akiva. We saw a number of cases where the Mishnah said that the latest time a person could hold on to something like dried grasses or dried leaves, or even according to Rabbi Akiva, everything was Ad shetered Reviyah Sheniyah. Until we learned that there were 3 Reviyot. Reviyot is a period of rain, of major rains in the Jewish calendar. There's a machloket in Ta'anit. We'll get to it when those Reviyot are. But everybody acknowledges that there's a middle reign, the Reviyah Sheniyah. And we learned that the halacha was, for different purposes, that the Reviyah Sheniyah was the thing that established when a person had to do bi'ur for the grasses or for the leaves, etc. So our Mishnah is a continuation of that Mishnah and tells us a bunch more things about what's called the Reviyah Sheniyah. Says the Mishnah, similarly, let's say I rent a house and I say I'm renting it until the rainy season, until it rains. So the Mishnah says, when is that? Ad shetered Reviyah Sheniyah. So therefore I have the house until the Reviyah Sheniyah. I guess not everybody followed an exact calendar. They didn't know, most people, they announce the calendar, but it's not like today where you have a clock, you have a cell phone, where everybody knows when the calendar is. So they would say, okay, I need the house until the rainy season, and then I have to go do work. So that's it. When is it? Reviyah Sheniyah, and then the landlord can kick the guy out. If I am prevented, I am mudar hana'ah. There's a neder that I cannot have hana'ah. So either I took a neder, I said I'm noder, I took a neder not to be nene, or he took a neder that I can't be nene from him. Ara geshamim, until I said ara geshamim, until the rain. Similarly, ad shetered Reviyah Sheniyah. When the Reviyah Sheniyah, when the second rain would come, that's when the prohibition period is over. Up until which point can a poor person, an ani, enter into the pardes, into the orchards? Ad shetered Reviyah Sheniyah. And the Bartanura says they enter into the orchards. This is talking about Bishar Shnei Shavua, the rest of the years of the 7-year cycle. So they obviously are allowed to enter into the Balabayit's field to take the leket shikha upeya, to take the matnot aniyim. So until when can they do that? Until the Reviyah Sheniyah. Okay, and he says similarly the same is true. I can enter into my friends, let's say for example, as I've said before, in Beit Chilkiah, next door to Yad Binyamin, they had an etrog orchard. So the fruits stay on the tree. So until when am I allowed to continue to enter into their orchard? Until the Reviyah Sheniyah, until the second rain. And after that, I can no longer go in and collect the peirot of Sheviit. The Kahati says the reason I have to wait for the Reviyah Sheniyah, why can't go in, is because after that, the walking into the field, he says it's damaging. Once it's rain and people walking into the field or into the orchard, they're going to be damaging to the fruit and to the trees. So therefore, after the Reviyah Sheniyah, you can't enter into the orchard. From which point can I benefit or burn for heat straw and hay of Sheviit? Similarly, that's from the Reviyah Sheniyah. So you will recall that we've discussed this issue of burning teven and kash. Last time we saw this was in Perek Chet Mishnah Yud Aleph. In Perek Chet Mishnah Yud Aleph, we saw the halacha of a merchatz shehuska b'teven o kash shel Sheviit. And let's say there was a merchatz, there was a bathhouse where it was warmed with the burning of teven and kash shel Sheviit. Mutar l'chotz bas. In this case, the Mishnah said a person can bathe in that bathhouse. But the implication was that l'chatchila you're not allowed to burn. And that's based on this Mishnah. That our Mishnah seems clear. Let me go find it again, I'm sorry. Our Mishnah says, meaning l'chatchila, before this point, the person is not allowed to burn or benefit from teven and kash of Sheviit. Why? Because it's ma'achal behema. So even though it's not ma'achal adam, even though it's not fit for human consumption, it is fit for animal consumption. And since it's fit for animal consumption, therefore I can't destroy it. Only after it begins to, the question is what happens after, so when can I start to burn it? Reviyah Sheniyah. Once the Reviyah Sheniyah comes, so the Bartanura says, what happened in the Reviyah Sheniyah? Okay? Why in the world is that permitted? So he says, this is what he says. Since as we said, it is useful for animal feed. And therefore, and therefore you can't burn it. Okay, after the Reviyah Sheniyah, I guess the rains would come and it would begin to rot. Then even if I keep it in my house, there's no longer Kedushat Sheviit, and therefore I can begin. It's not that I'd have to do biur. Now I can actually burn it myself, he says, because there's no longer any Kedushat Sheviit. The only problem is, and this is something all the Mefarshim talk about, why does it lose Kedushat Sheviit? I should have to do biur and make it hefker like anything else. Why would I be ne'enin v'sorfin? Why in the world would I be able to benefit and burn it as opposed to doing biur? And if you're interested in that question, I invite you to look at the commentaries. There are a number of different explanations that Kahati gives. We'll stop here. If you have any comments or questions, as always, rspalter@gmail.com. I will dedicate the learning to the memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Have a great day.